Good evening. This is Maestro with the Dawn of War 2 Retribution Elite Modcast. Today, I'm bringing you a break from your regularly scheduled Faction War viewing to bring you a 3v3 on Quest Redemption. Our first player is going to be Gr8 Old Man, playing as the Commissar Lord, a slightly tanky melee hero. Can also function as a support hero. Free energy shield, but it is the weakest. Next up, it's going to be Papa Smurf, playing as the Space Marine Apothecary, healing commander with a targeted heal and passive regeneration heal aura. And finally, on the blue team, it's going to be Sir Shotsalot Kiwi Bird, playing as the Inquisitor. This is a spellcasting commander for the Imperial Guard, can also control things on the battlefield. Their opponents, it's going to start off with Lord Tongue, playing as the Lord General. This is a squad-based hero for the Imperial Guard, focuses on area of effect buffs for his units. Next up, Mephobiac will be playing as yet another Space Marine Apothecary, and then finally, it'll be God, playing as the Force Commander. Tanky melee hero, knocks things down with Battlecry and buffs with Battlecry. So we've got some mixed Imperial factions here, both teams with a little bit of Imperial Guard, a little bit of Space Marines. This Sentinel going to have a little bit of pressure put on it as the Scouts as well as the Tactical Marines approach, but the repairs come in just in time as Hammer of the Witches also comes out from the Inquisitor on the Force Commander, slows him down for a little bit, but as we can see, he's still exerting a lot of pressure by moving forward this way. Does decide he does want to move back a bit, I guess, to focus on the Inquisitor. Tactical Marines as well, not actually pushing any further. I thought they might push a little bit further, see if they can get into melee with the Guardsmen, but the Force Commander's kind of running a little bit low on health. Tactical Marines also at the point where they might lose a model if they don't retreat, and it looks like the Scouts did indeed lose a model at some point on this side of the map. In the middle, we are going to see the Apothecary dueling. Well, not really a duel if he's fighting against three, but he's fighting against some Tactical Marines. Turns out to be a little bit too much for him. In fact, this Apothecary versus Apothecary matchup will favor Papa Smurf in this initial engagement, as these Ultramarines, that took me a little while. They might not actually be Ultramarines, they might just be blue. Oh no, they are Ultramarines. Ultramarines out of, I think it's Mephobiac, yeah. He was getting forced off there. Man, look at this sneaky generator bash. Maybe it's not so sneaky. No, it's not sneaky. It is actually just that Gr8 Old Man got forced off the field, and man, is his team gonna pay for it. Early flamer upgrade for one of those Guardsmen. Just going to really put a number on those power generators. 3 generators killed already. I don't think he'll be able to destroy the node as well, because here is the Gr8 Old Man with a great old defense. I don't know what that was. I really don't. Sentinel Stomp goes in. Not microed away at all. And also with the rotation from Papa Smurf, that will be Lord Tongue forced off the field. So triple Guardsman build out of Lord Tongue. That's also a part of what enables him to run this, to actually get a flamer. Normally that flamer considered a little bit of a liability because you don't really want to keep it in the long run. And normally you want two Guardsman squads that don't have, at least 2 Guardsman squads that don't have to get a flamer. It's considered a little bit of a sacrifice if you do get the flamer on a Guardsman squad, but at least there we can see that he definitely got a good amount of value on that flamer purchase. Did take out 3 generators. They will of course be replaced in the end, but I mean that's 300 requisitions sunk for the blue team. It's also a lot of disrupted power income that's going to take them a while for them to get back online, because yeah. All right, so Tactical Marines and Scouts just sitting around having a chat about the Emperor. What are you guys doing here? You're about to get engaged on if you don't do something. They might be waiting for these Guardsmen from Gr8 Old Man, looking to answer back, but I don't think they're going to have as successful of a generator bash. And in fact, one of those Scout spots already gone from Papa Smurf. So, ooh, yeah, I mean, Gr8 Old Man, I think the idea was a counter bash. Oh no, he's going to lose the Sentinel too if he's not careful. It's so close. Oh my god, yeah, he's going to be finished off. Very unfortunate losses for Gr8 Old Man. Unfortunately, getting a little bit slow in his old age. So it does look like the blue team still has a little bit of wind in their sails. In fact, Gr8 Old Man going really far forward, kind of by himself. Apothecary kind of left him behind. Tactical Marines maybe also could help out here. And that's honestly pretty interesting. I don't feel that retreat was really warranted from the red team, retreating away from both the Apothecary and the Commissar here. You just gotta kind of move back, micro back, focus fire. Apothecary was actually really close to being forced off, and Commissar slightly tanky, not super tanky. He can be focused down. Devastator Marines making their way forward here. And one is set up, I believe, yeah. So one is set up. Grenades will go into it, though, and the Lord General, as we can see here, is right outside the firing arc. He actually outranges the Devastating Marine Squad, and he does decent burst damage. Yeah, this Devastating Marine Squad not going to last too much longer, but there's a second one here, and Old Reliable is now on cooldown from the Catachan Devils. And also, that grenade launcher does offer a little bit of move speed from the move ability. Apothecary getting really close here. Does have that Sanguine Chainsword. We did see a kill on a Tactical Marine model. And there are also 2 Devastator models that were killed. Meanwhile, down here, we are going to see a Sentinel just kind of dueling with another Devastator Marine squad. So, slow fight. Devastator... No, Heavy Weapon Squad from Sir Shots-a-Lot. Fun name to say. Eventually, Sir Shots-a-Lot will have to back up his Guardsman squad. Sentinel doesn't really have repairs at the moment. Could actually get repaired by the heavy weapon team, but not in a position to do so at that time. Catachan Devils just going for the cap. Although they've got fire resist armor, they can't just deal with this without going unanswered. That might be another wipe squad. It was pretty close, but I think those Catachan Devils will actually get out of there. All right, this Apothecary with that Sanguine Chainsword does also help him a lot to be pretty tanky, since he does get a lot of self-sustain from this Sanguine Chainsword, giving him health regeneration back, basically health back each time he attacks, both in ranged and in melee. Does get more health back from being in melee than being in range, so it's still primarily a melee weapon. Oh, this is going to be another pretty strong generator bash for the red team. I think they get another 3 generators. Maybe they'll even get the node along with it. Yeah, because, I mean, the response isn't there. This is another power farm gone. Meanwhile, Inquisitor will be forced off on this side of the map, as we also see the Sentinel a little bit short on health. Going to need some repairs there. One Guardsman model nearly left behind, trying to get out of there. Assault Marines looking for a jump, possibly, and they should have it. This Sentinel needs to keep moving back, honestly, as do these Guardsmen, because that Guardsman squad will get jumped on. But a Chimera is out here to save the day. No, that's not a Chimera. That's a Bane Wolf. Oh, my God. I forget. The Bane Wolf is always a unit that, until it actually is used, I entirely forget that it even exists. As we can see, full farm was destroyed. So, Lord Tongue definitely get... Oh my god, he's getting the far better end of this fight on this side of the map. Gr8 Old Man really struggling. Unfortunately, his composition suffering a huge amount at this time. He can't stand up. The double Guardsman can't stand up to the combination of triple Guardsman with a Flamer and that Lord General having a grenade launcher. Old Reliable from the other direction does mean... Oh, this flank has worked. This flank... Or actually, I don't know if it's as much of a flank as just Papa Smurf kind of being caught out of position there. Found himself on 2 sides. I mean, I guess it was a flank, but not the flank that I thought. I thought that was a Catachan Devils flank. As it turns out, Catachan Devils actually came from the front direction, and it was the flank by the rest of the army. Bane Wolf moving forward, and certainly if the Bane Wolf can get to the power farm... Actually, it is around the power farm, but many of the generators are already dead. So it probably already did the work that I thought it was going to do. Bane Wolf, a very rare unit, exclusive to the Inquisitor, which is not even that really commonly played these days. And I'm not even sure if the Bane Wolf is necessarily always a good choice, but it is basically a Chimera chassis. But it does trade out the transport space for... I don't know the exact name of the weapon. It's some kind of like chemical cannon or something. It effectively and mechanically works as a flamer in the game. So area of effect damage. Good against generators, obviously. Good against lots of squishy infantry. I believe it does also have an ability, like an area of effect snaring ability. Devastator Marines opening fire on some enemy scouts. Enemy scouts on the verge of losing a model here. They will get out of there. Assault Marines jump in, but they will find themselves just jumping into the firing arc of another Devastator Marine squad. These Assault Marines need to go. Where's the heal from the Apothecary? A heal from the Apothecary does not come in. So definitely we see some of that chemical effect there, and I'm pretty sure that is the snaring ability from the Bane Wolf. Ooh. Creeping Barrage will come out, disrupting a lot of those infantry, so they're not going to be able to do much for the moment. And certainly with the approach here, man, I think it really is Lord Tongue here, who is really, currently, of course, we've got a lot of game left to play, but at the moment, oh man, Lord Tongue even got a kill on a Guardsman squad right there. Killed one of Sir Shotsalot's squads. At the moment, I feel like Lord Tongue is the MVP of this game. Of course, this game is far from over, but with the way things have gone in the first, I don't know. I don't even know how long this game has been going on so far. We can actually check. I usually just don't want to show that. 10 minutes. In the first 10 minutes of this game, Lord Tongue has been doing very well and has been getting a lot of value. Although it is actually the blue team winning at the moment, so I think Lord Tongue has kind of been crushing his lane, but then the blue team has kind of been having a better end of the middle and the right lane. All right, Bane Wolf actually in a little bit of trouble. I think maybe, okay, it's now out of range of the Las Cannon Devastator, which is pretty far behind. Assault Marines are looking for a Melt-A-Bomb, and that might just finish it. I think rear armor on the Bane Wolf, yeah, that finishes it. Unfortunately, it does look like Sir Shotsalot was worried. I think he felt like he couldn't drive through the Devastator Marine squad. Might have been a little path blocking there, which is pretty unfortunate.
Strategic point spotted.
All right, Apothecary moving forward from Papa Smurf. Unfortunately, as he's typing, he will lose his Apothecary. Big mixed Imperial blob here moving forward. But a lot of suppression going on to the red team as well. These Devastator Marines getting a lot of value at the moment. Catachan Devils using their smoke grenade. Just try to get that range damage resistance. Another great creeping barrage. Does alleviate the pressure that the red team is dealing with. Apothecary still down though. Lord Tongue just barely getting out of there. And Force Commander is dead here. Oh, that's going to be the Chimera, actual Chimera that time, going down as well. Catachan Devils moving forward. But it's not really worth their... yeah, I mean, they'll use Old Reliable. I guess they killed the Devastator model there, but I personally felt that it wasn't really worth it to use Old Reliable at that time because the ability might still be on cooldown at a time when they actually need a little bit more, like when an actual fight is happening.
Understood.
Catachan Devils looking to get that Sarge to grant them the Melt-A-Gun. Will grant them some light anti-vehicle damage. Meanwhile, this Imperial Guard bunker deployed by Lord Tongue. It is going to be a bunker that will allow him to reinforce as well as heal. And I think we need some blue team units to get out of here. This is Papa Smurf about to lose 2 Devastator squads. I think he's just barely going to get out of there alive with certainly this last one. Really lucky if it does get out alive, and it will. So Plasma Guns now also out here on the field from Lord Tongue. This is kind of ideally what you want, at least if you're dealing with any kind of generators. Lord Tongue actually knows what's coming. Yeah, he knows. He's got the Flamer. The Flamer, I don't know if I've ever actually seen a Flamer Guardsman squad get this much value. This Guardsman squad almost about to be... This Flamer Guardsman squad almost about to be level 3. And it is. It will be a level 3 Flamer Guardsman squad. So Flamer Guardsman from... Man, I just realized the Gr8 Old Man basically skipped Tier 2. Or maybe he was the one who had a Chimera. I'm forgetting at this point. But he's down to just double Guardsmen going into Tier 3. Getting a new squad of Guardsmen. Assault Marines, pretty low on health, will get out of there. Man, the fight is actually being taken to the Gr8 Old Man's base. Lord Tongue is being really, really oppressive here. But, I mean, part of that is also just because he actually bought units. The Gr8 Old Man, not with too many units. Papa Smurf basically having to fight a 2v1 just to help him out. Although I guess there was a little bit of Mephobiac there trying to help out Lord Tongue as well. Meanwhile, on this side, we are going to see an assault cannon. No, it's called autocannon, not assault cannon. Autocannon heavy weapon squad. Doing some damage at range. I don't think the assault marines have a... No, they have a jump ready now. but they had used it fairly recently, so they were probably waiting a little while to get it back. Double missile launcher attack squad. Meanwhile, Lord Tongue going to be holding the line. Yeah, I mean he's got an autocannon, he's got a heavy turret, but they're about to get nuked by the Librarian. And I think he got scared. I think he thought that was a Manticore strike. It's actually going to be a Manticore strike. Oh my god, this is actually going to work. Oh, he's using it on the heavy turret. All right, that's not bad. I thought he was going to use it on the infantry, and I think he would have gotten a decent amount of value, but it definitely does make a lot more sense to use it on the heavy turret, given that Lord Tongue does have move. He is making pretty good use of it. We saw the first time he got away, he moved away because he was trying to dodge the Manticore strike when the first one was actually just a Manticore flare, or not a Manticore flare, a Commissar flare, just kind of as a decoy. All right, Assault Marines jump in yet again. Commissar's still here. I think he needs to get out of here, though. It does get 2 knockbacks on the Apothecary. It does mean that he probably has, yeah, he's got the Power Sword fully upgraded. Apothecary has a few upgrades himself. This one from Mephobiac does have the Sanguine Chainsword, which we've seen before. Also has the Combat Stimulants. This one I don't feel that you see very, very often. This is a support war gear ability. Does allow him to grant in a unit. Man, so much going on here. Increased damage resistance, and also break suppression. But man, there's so many other things going on. Sentinel missile launcher going to be throwing some missiles onto that, shooting some missiles onto that tactical marine squad. We do see the nice burst damage that those frag missiles do, which is just kind of how the Sentinel can scale later on into the game. So, Predator out for Papa Smurf. Leman Russ coming out from Gr8 Old Man. And some Stormtroopers going to be coming out from Lord Tongue. So, heavy infantry focus for Lord Tongue. At this point, I almost wonder if it would be worth his trouble to get a Vox Operator. Tough call, because, of course, the Guardsman models are extremely cheap. But once he starts losing Stormtrooper models and Catachan Devil models, could be a question. I think that one's just a real Manticore strike. Yes, it is. It's just going straight for the garrison. It won't finish it. Of course, the garrison or the bunker needs to be repaired. Otherwise, it will be destroyed by the next Manticore strike. Doesn't look like he's repairing it just yet. Again, it needs to be repaired, or the next Manticore strike finishes it off. He can continue to repair it and get value out of it, and he can complete the repairs in the time that it takes the Manticore strike ability, or rather Storm Eagle, to cycle. All right, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care about that bunker. Like there's so much going on, but I'm almost obsessing over this bunker because I want to see it repaired. Leman Russ now in trouble. I think it's out of range of... Okay, it's out of range of the heavy weapon team. It's still being chased, though. Move from the Lord General, trying to get the Stormtroopers into range. The plasma guns might even be... Oh, right, there was the Melt-A-Gun on the Catachan. No, there was... I don't know, there was something else. There was a missile launcher on a tactical marine squad. I was waiting for the sources of damage to get into range, but then the Manticore just... Not the Manticore, the Leman Russ died. This... I was going to say, that Whirlwind, I don't know if I like that position on the Whirlwind. So that is a dead Whirlwind. There's another generator bash. Also has stabilizers. I'm really enjoying the play out of Lord Tongue. Stabilizers also allowing him to regenerate, to actually restore the health of his units. I think he's got like a lot of synergies. I think he's making good use of his abilities. Manticore Strike going in on the Scouts. Scouts will retreat out of that. Terminator's going to be able to get out of there without losing a single model. They are at half of their health. It's still a victory point lead, though, for our red team now, and they do also have a double cap in their favor. Terminator's going to be upgrading to the Cyclone missile launcher. Castricans will also be coming out from Gr8 Old Man. Not a whole lot happening at the moment, of course, so we're just taking a... Oh, wow, grenade launchers on the Kasrkins as well. I guess it makes some sense in that it would be better against, certainly better than the plasma guns against Imperial Guard. I would also even consider not upgrading the Kasrkins, but he will go with upgrading the Kasrkins. Sentinel's still alive here from Sir Shots-a-Lot, but for how much longer? He's going for a decap. One missile does hit the Sentinel, but he will be able to get it out of there in time. And I'll be able to re-engage. Sentinel at this point should actually rejoin the fight. Just try to do it in a position where it's not really under much threat. Because those frag missiles, yeah, frag missiles, oh, only one shoots. No, not target the Assault Marines, target the Tactical Marines. They would do so much damage to the Tactical Marines. Now that Sentinel, where is it going? It's just standing right in front. Oh no, this just missed target priority. I mean, eventually some of those Tactical Marine models go down. But that was just missed micro straight up from Sir Shots-a-Lot. Like, if he had just targeted those double Tactical Marines, which were bunched up, with the Sentinel, it would absolutely have wrecked them. Instead, he was targeting the Assault Marines, and when the Assault Marines jumped away, that forced the Sentinel to move even more to chase after it, and then it was just way too close to the Tactical Marines, which just finished it off. Looks like Assault Marines went down as well. A little bit crazy, and this will definitely be a Dreadnought going down. Yeah. That Leman Russ loudly answering the call to my statement there. I thought it was going to be the Inquisitor managing to move away, get another shot off from the Inferno pistol, but instead it was that Leman Russ there. Even going for the Vanquisher cannon, was able to finish off that Dreadnought purely with the standard battle cannon, but that Vanquisher going to make it even stronger at dealing with vehicles. Meanwhile, a lot apparently going on right here as, oh no, the Gr8 Old Man, what happened? Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to remind people just about, like, of course, making sure you're using common sense and common decency with your comments, but at the same time, you know, we'll sling out the truth bombs that I think part of what's also happening is that I think the Gr8 Old Man and Lord Tongue are a little bit mismatched in terms of skill level in this lane, where Lord Tongue just clearly dominating. But game's not over yet. It is a double cap, actually, for our blue team, managing to take control of the natural victory point of the red team. Manticore strikes as well as Cyclone missiles also really just going to be scaring much of these red team players off the field. Unfortunately for Lord Tongue, he now needs to entertain the idea of, I think, rotating around to help the other side to help the rest of his teammates. Although that does theoretically mean he would open up the way to giving up this victory point. It's very clear at this point that Papa Smurf and Sir Shots-a-Lot are winning the 2v2 on this side of the map, and Lord Tongue has really beat the Gr8 Old Man into submission. All right, Tactical Marines really low on hit points. They might not get out of here alive. That would be super unfortunate for Papa Smurf here. So close, but I don't think they're being targeted. Pragadis also kind of helps to clear their retreat path. Pragadis, oh man, I think that Pragadis got like a bunch of models here. So Pragadis, tier 3 warrior upgrade, but this is an orbital bombardment. I don't know if that Inquisitor makes it out here alive. I think she will just barely not get inside the orbital bombardment beams. Guards and squads will be eating it though. One squad definitely going down. That one just needs to be focused. That is a heavy weapon squad though, and this Tactical Marine squad lucky to get out of here with one more model. Manticore Strike gonna go in. I wanted to talk about Pragadis. That is a tier 3 war gear upgrade. There are very, very few tier 3 war gears in this game, but the Inquisitor has one of them. A very, very powerful ability.
Won't be long, sir.
A little bit concerned there. And I was almost considering stopping this cast because it seemed like I had some unexpected and unexplained frame rate loss there. Luckily, it only lasted like 10-15 seconds, and we can actually just get back to this. Because it's kind of a lot of sunk time there if I have to redo an entire cast. Anyway, That will be the end of Lehman Russ. Predator tank still firing over here. About to be approached by double missile launcher tactical marines, though. 2 shots will go in. Does take it down to less than half of its health. I believe 2 more shots will finish off this. Yeah, I was going to say, 2 more missiles will finish that off. He needed to keep moving it back. He needed repairs on it. Didn't get back in time, so that is the end. So at this point, I don't know, Lord Tongue kind of touting his achievements in the mass chat, but I think at this point, I don't know if it's actually... I think he might also be celebrating a little bit too early. I mean, I know his team is winning, but, oh, grenade gonna go in. I think that even wiped the Tactical Marine Squad. Yeah, that grenade wiped the Tactical Marine Squad. I think the scouts also paid for it with their lives, but I think a scout for attack trade is actually in favor of the scouts. Meanwhile, Terminator's taking quite a bit of damage. They will also get judged. Judgment to actually use because they were just standing around there while being marked by Judgment. So Terminators lose 2 of their models there. Teleport back to base so they can reinforce and heal. I think that's not a that's a rocket run. I was gonna say that's not a creeping barrage that time. That's a rocket run. Let's see if that rocket run achieves much. Didn't achieve too much. I think it killed a few models off the tac squads, but luckily for them, those tac squads probably pretty tanky at this time. Level 3 tac squad, level 3 tac squad. So the risk of them being wiped, I guess, wasn't that big. Meanwhile, on this side, the Gr8 Old Man still trying to fight it. He's got triple grenade launcher caskets. And oh, that's the Commissar Lord, has been taken down yet again, unfortunately for him. Grenade launcher caskets. Grenade launchers. And they actually do some passive knockback just on hit. Not even just from an ability, but passive knockback just on hit. This one's a creeping barrage. I don't normally say this, but I actually kind of miss the old retail creeping barrage, which was a little bit faster. I definitely understand why it was nerfed in Elite mod. Of course, this is long ago that creeping barrage was nerfed to be made a little bit slower. And I think it's a justified nerf, but I still kind of miss the old one. All right, Hell Fury Strike coming out from the Inquisitor. Actually doing a lot of damage to Lord Tongue right here. He's trying to keep the heavy weapon team here. They are getting reinforcements. Trying to hold the line while many of these units are getting out off the field. Oh, crap. These are not Kashkins. These are Stormtroopers from Sir Shots-a-Lot. Taking a lot of damage from that heavy weapon team with the autocannon. Heavy turret is still here. So the Gr8 Old Man will he will finally start to get a decap and eventually possibly even a cap on this contested victory point. Terminators being chased down. These are Vanguard veterans. Vanguard veterans are going to do great against Terminators if they do not have a teleport. And if they're walking back like this, that means that they've already used their teleport. I think there's a decent chance. There's a decent chance that he wipes this Terminator squad. It's so close, and yeah, not even a decent chance. That was actually an extremely good chance. Like that might even been just guaranteed. And now he's actually doing a lot of damage to this Terminator squad as well. I mean, the Vanguard veterans, oh my god, these Vanguard veterans are actually getting so much value right now. They'll just dump on this devastated Marine squad. And as long as there's support here, they win this fight. They win this fight, then they can turn on the Terminators yet again. But the Terminators should have teleport soon. Should at least be able to survive that. Where's the teleport? Like, I feel like I've seen them walking back for so long. Finally, it comes in. Vanguard veterans might have another jump soon, but the Terminators are about to be walking into base. So a double cap for the red team. They are still winning. And I would say they're winning. Yeah, they're very much still winning. They've got more units. Papa Smurf has suffered so many losses. Another Predator tank out on the field. This one for Mephobiac. Predator tank has been judged, though, and it's going to be starting... Okay, no. Inquisitor is actually targeting the Tactical Marines. She along with the Guardsmen, they will kill the Tactical Marine Sergeant, but now the Force Commander is in there. Ooh, that will be a Manticore Strike. Manticore Strike doing a lot of damage to the Scouts. Also did a little bit of damage to the Terminators. Not the Terminators, I meant to say the Predator. Meanwhile, on this side of the map, Lord Tongue and Gr8 Old Man will now be fighting over this contested victory point yet again. Lord Tongue certainly putting a lot of damage on Gr8 Old Man's Commissar, but he does retreat it out in time before it does go down. So now it's just the quad Castricans, the Quastricans, if you will. The quad Castricans, they're going to be disrupted by the Force Commander. That will be an instant retreat for them. This is going to be a rocket run. No, it's going to be a creeping barrage. Of course, yeah, I think Lord Tongue, he's been using the creeping barrages very consistently, so he does not have the red to really use a rocket run. Man, Lord Tongue actually has a huge amount of resources, though, but he doesn't have the population to buy another unit. He's just going to use those resources on just reinforcing his army. So finally, Mephobiac moving over to this side of the map. And this is now a double cap in favor of the red team. And guess what? It is the Baneblade. That Baneblade going to come in, and you know what? I mean, the Baneblade's here. I think it's time to just go. Like, I think you just need to just go. There's not much time left. This is about as good of a chance as they're going to have. Manticore Strike. Oh, I think the Manticore also really needs to move up to make sure it can use a Manticore Strike. I think this is going to have to be a fight with no Manticore Strike, at least not early on. Might come later on. Demolisher Cannon goes off on the Tactical Marines. Hellfury Strike goes in, as well as... okay. Does look like the Commissar. They will be able to make this push work, the blue team. Predator tank goes down. We have the Fist of Brachus out of the Commissar Lord, granting the None Shall Fall ability, trying to keep those units alive. Here's the advance, though, by Lord Tongue, but he's just moving forward with all of these squishy guardsmen. The Baneblade is already at such few hit points. What has been targeting it? And the Assault Marines, or rather the Vanguard Veterans, going to try to finish it off. It's going to be the Tactical Marines that finish off instead, and the big orbital bombardment. It's a double cap for the blue team. They managed to at least turn the victory points, but will they be able to hold it? Big rocket run going in. That one's going to be going in from Sir Shots-a-Lot. Big rocket run alongside a Manticore Strike. I think, yeah, he's wiping a few of Lord Tongue's squads. Only got 2 of them. I think he could have gotten just a little bit more. Meanwhile, Lord Tongue going to drop in a Leman Russ call-in to try to hold this. I feel like these Terminators are kind of misplaying here. They should be on this victory point. They should be on this victory point going for a decap. They have the tankiness to do it, and they're not achieving much by targeting the Terminators in a ranged fight. The other Terminators, that is, the opposing Terminators. Could be the end of this Apothecary right here. I mean, he's got... I think he does go down still. Pretty close call. Just barely gets out of there alive. Okay, so the blue team hold on. I was going to say, when they had that Baneblade and they had 40 victory points left, I was like, I think now's the push. So for the moment they have it, red team not approaching just yet. Okay, the plasma cannon here is very, very critical, because even if just a unit like the Lord General is going to try to approach, just try to get a decap. Plasma cannon shot will go in. Kind of missed there. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I don't think... Yeah, I mean, I don't think... Oh, Lord General will go down. I was going to say he had the incoming ability, but I didn't think it was active at that time. Also, I'm not actually sure if it affects the Lord General as well, or rather just the infantry squads he's trying to buff. Man, the red team is now getting impatient. That's going to be a Manticore Strike. Manticore Strike mostly focused on the heavy turret and does take it out. So, yeah, I mean, at this point... Oh, double Manticores. Double Manticores. One actually does not have the Storm Eagle upgrade. Plasma Cannon shot goes in, but this is a pretty nice approach, and they know that both Manticore Strikes are on cooldown now. Oh, my God. The Plasma Devastator absolutely eating it right there. Another use of Purgatus. When will it detonate? Detonates on the edge. Does stun some of the guardsmen. Leman Russ still moving forward. This Leman Russ moving so far forward. I feel like this Leman Russ needs to be punished for this. This should be another creeping barrage. Fist of Brachus used, or rather None Shall Fall has been used. Got to be really careful about this bunker. Bunker, I don't think goes down just yet. It's a no-cap game. No, just kidding. It's a 1-to-1 cap game, so the victory points are not ticking down either way. The red team still getting impatient, just trying to put units on the point, but they're just being shredded. Another Manticore strike. The Manticore is ready again. I believe both Manticore strikes going in there. Our blue team just desperately trying to hold on to this game. Las Cannon is going to be gone. And here comes a Land Raider Redeemer moving in to try to hold the point. Of course, this Land Raider Redeemer is just going to have a lot of point presence here, being able to just be in this position, but it's also taking damage from the Las Cannon. There needs to be an answer to this Las Cannon. Looks like he'll just try to move back from the Las Cannon, but not before taking about 1,000 hit points in damage. Over 1,000 hit points now. Terminators will capture the victory point again, so a double cap in favor of the blue team at this time. Lehman Russ targeting the Predator. Lehman Russ is actually in a huge amount of trouble. No one's doing anything about this Las Cannon, and that will be the end of that Lehman Russ. Another orbital bombardment will happen right here. Castricans will be caught in it. Devastator Marines. One model did not get caught, the other... Or one model did get caught, the other two did not. And here's gonna... Oh, we've got Manticores on the other side now. Lord Tongue deciding he wants to fight fire with fire. Manticore strikes going in all directions. Plasma Devastator shot goes in, does hit the Predator. Of course, it will do damage to the Predator, but ideally I think you want more of that disruption. Short range shot goes in on the Terminators. Does hit the Terminators. And that Terminator v Terminator fight going to be really, really slow. Okay, Terminator does get knocked down by the P-Dev. Plasma Devastator also really low, though, so it will need to retreat, but it's probably just going to be retreating to the Land Raider Redeemer. Of course, it's also really low on hit points. This could be dangerous. Big Pregatus goes in. Does stun a bunch of units. I think that will be a Land Raider. No, just not a Land Raider, but a Predator, as well as some Sniper Scouts going down there. Cyclone Missile Launcher does go in. And Tactical Marines are being targeted, getting hit by that passive knockback from those Castrican grenades. Grenade launcher, not grenade launcher. Plasma Dev shot goes in and does finish off Termagants. Not Termagants. Terminators. Manticore Strike goes in again. Manticore Strike doing brutal damage to these Terminators. Red team is now getting desperate. Did see the communication. They will have one member of their team go for the decap, and this is a sneaky decap that so far has not been detected by the blue team. It's going to happen with some Tactical Marines who will also cap faster. Because, okay, they see it now. Oh god, 3 Manticores from Sir Shots-a-Lot. Okay, this will be a decap, but it won't be a full cap because the Manticore will absolutely make sure that if this is not paid attention to, this could even be the full wipe on the Tactical Marines. I think the spread there... Oh, but he's not paying attention. God is not as omniscient as you think. Okay, I think the last model just barely had a good enough retreat path. Or just happened to be in the right place. Decap does stall things out, but it's not going to be a sustainable plan. The red team is in a huge amount of trouble. They don't have much of a standing army. They don't have the field presence to actually really take back the contested victory point at the moment. And they're just absolutely getting wrecked by the triple Manticore. Lord Tongue got a Manticore of his own, but it's just 1 Manticore against 3. Ooh, Manticore was hunted. Okay. Sir Shots-a-Lot actually lost 2 Manticores. I missed that. It was probably some of these Stormtroopers. Mephobiac. We have different opinions. Different opinions on Dawn of War 2. And it's looking like it's going to be GG in favor of the blue team. Our red team seeming to give up. And, of course, a lot of toxic behavior. Kind of did not really pay too much of attention to it, but, of course, I'm going to make it clear I do not condone any sort of toxic behavior in the comments section of my videos. I also don't condone it in actual games. Of course, here I'm not here to stop these players, but just letting my opinion be known on that. That will be the game in favor of the blue team. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good night.